Andy Boderman from Barbecue with Boderman here. Today we are going to talk about my favorite meal, brunch. And my favorite brunch is anything Eggs Benedict, but today is my special favorite. So we are going to do crab cake Eggs Benedict. I'm going to make it all from scratch. I'm going to show you guys how to do it. So grab a mimosa, grab a Bloody Mary, sit back, and let's do this. There are 3 elements to this crab cake Eggs Benedict. We're gonna have the crab cake, we're gonna have the hollandaise sauce, and then we're gonna have the poached egg. So let's start right now with our crab cake. We're gonna start by mixing up some mayo, about a tablespoon of mayo, a teaspoon and a half of Dijon mustard, and we're gonna do a teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce. Say that, Worcestershire. Worcester. Then we're gonna do a teaspoon and a half of melted butter in there. Some parsley, I don't know, teaspoonish. And then we're gonna do 1 egg. Squeeze of lemon juice over top of that. And then give a quick shake of Old Bay. Just a nice little dusting over the top, give you some extra flavor. And then a 1/4 cup of panko breadcrumbs. Now that we got that, we're gonna whisk that all together. Once this is all incorporated, we're gonna put in my favorite double take signature hot sauce. And you can put as much or as little as you want in here. I'm gonna do kind of a medium amount. And then get that mixed in. And then we add in the lump crab. For these crab cakes, we used 8 ounces of fresh lump crab. Now we're just gonna gently kind of fold this together to create our cakes. With our crab cake all mixed up, I pulled out some parchment paper and I'm just gonna form some patties here. Get them on the parchment paper and then we're gonna put those in the fridge to rest while we work on the rest. Next up, we're gonna move on to our poached egg. So poaching an egg seems very difficult unless you've actually done it. And I'll give you a couple tips. You're gonna bring your water up to a boil and then back it off a little bit so it's just kind of right below a boil. And then one big tip is to use a little bit of white vinegar mixed in. That'll help the egg bind to itself. And then we're gonna do the swirl technique where you create a vortex in the water and then when you dump the egg in, it'll actually wrap around itself. All right, so we've got this water at a rolling boil. I have turned the temp down a little bit on the range here. And then I am going to add in the white vinegar. And then we're gonna talk about that vortex. Get that going. And what you wanna do is get your egg in a container like this so that you can drop it down right in the center. And you'll see how the egg white kind of wrapped around the yolk there. Now we're gonna cook this for about 2 minutes. One way to tell if your egg is done is I have a slotted spoon here and you can see, you jiggle it around a little bit and you can see a lot of movement in there, so it's not quite ready yet. I'm gonna give it about another 30 seconds. I think this one is good. I'm gonna pull this up. A lot less jiggly now, and then very important, turn this out onto a paper towel very gently and then let that dry. Now you can move on to your next egg. All right, now it's time to cook up the crab cakes. I've got my cast iron, medium high heat. I've got some vegetable oil in there and we are going to pull these carefully because they are pretty fragile off of the paper and get them down in the pan. All right, we've got these in for about 3 minutes to 4 minutes per side. I'm gonna flip them over, getting that nice golden brown color on there. And lastly, my absolute favorite part, hollandaise sauce. If you've never separated out egg yolks, it's pretty simple. I'll show you guys how to do it. Crack your egg open, and then I just basically pass the egg yolk from one shell to the other and let all the white fall into this bowl. And you'll definitely know when you got it. And then put your yolks over here, and then you have egg whites over here. If you want to make an omelet or something with them later, you certainly can. So for the hollandaise, there's multiple ways to do hollandaise. You can do it with a double boiler in the traditional French way. I actually learned this method from Bobby Flay, and I absolutely love it because it's so much easier. So we're gonna take our 3 egg yolks that we separated out, toss those in a blender, and then we're gonna do a pinch of salt, about half a lemon worth of lemon juice, and then some more Double Take Signature hot sauce. You can put as much or as little of this as you want. If you want a little bit more heat, feel free. I'm gonna throw in a couple dashes there. And then we are going to put the top on, and very slowly, we're gonna mix this up. So make sure your blender is turned all the way down. I have 1 stick of melted butter here. It's still hot. We're gonna need that to actually cook the egg yolks as we add it in. So get your blender on very low and open up the top so you can add in while it's running. I'm just gonna add in a little bit at a time, and you can hear it start to thicken up as you add it. I'm gonna let this run for maybe 10 or 15 more seconds, and then we'll have a nice, creamy, awesome, rich hollandaise sauce. All of our elements are done, and we're gonna put this thing together. So I've got 2 toasted English muffins, and then we are going to add the crab cake on top. And then in order to get the egg on, I still have it on the paper towel. So what you do is you lift and kind of put it into your slotted spoon, toss that on, and the last part, drown it in hollandaise.